All right, everybody, so I've got this conduit cover, or whatever you want to call it. It's going to cover up the copper tubing, refrigerant lines, and the conduit wiring and everything coming out of the wall for my AC mini split that I've installed. Got this kit on Amazon, of course, just like everything. It did come with a couple packs of mounting hardware. It's got some little anchors that you put in the wall, these little screws that will go in the anchors, these screws for assembling the sections together, and of course a little driver and a masonry bit to drill into the masonry with. So the first thing I'm doing is I've identified, and it is labeled, which side is the narrow end and which side is the wider end. And I went ahead and labeled it as I took it out. That way I don't get it mixed up. And I'm gonna go ahead and put my cap on here. So I've identified what size drill bit I need to drill that out. And I'm just drilling these 3 holes, and then I'm gonna put 3 screws in there to hold my top cap in. Okay, so doing some quick math, I've got 4 screws per side, 60 inches long. I want to put 1 at the top, 1 on the bottom, and then 2 right in the middle. That means I'm going to put a screw here, 1 about 20 inches down, 1 at 40 inches, and then 1 at the other side. So I'm just going to go ahead and mark that out. I think I'm going to go about 2 inches down here and go down to 20. This doesn't have to be ultra precise. You just want it to not look crazy. So then once I have my markings made, I'm going to go ahead and drill holes. Okay, to explain really quickly what I've got going on over here is I placed the cap over my stuff. I used a level to make sure it was straight up and down. Then I marked a line on this side where the edge is going to go. And then I marked where my holes need to be drilled into my concrete. Next thing I'm going to do is go ahead and drill the holes in the concrete after what I'm going to do is make sure this is kind of squeezed together like that, and then mark both sides. Go ahead and use my little center punch trick so that my drill bit doesn't walk around on me. Before I drill, I'm going to verify one more time that all my holes line up. And I had one of them wrong, so it's a good thing I double checked. So the next thing I'm going to do is tap in some of these wall anchors. The final step, you're going to take your wall screws and put the section on the wall. And there you have it. Your first section is up. Looking better already. Looks like I'm gonna have to stop for the night though. It's getting dark. So here what I'm doing is I've mapped out on here where I need to cut and where I need to fold, because I want to make a 90-degree turn. I'm going to cut and then rivet it together. I'm using my tin snips here. Ooh, going around there is going to be tricky. So in order to cut this, I may have to get a little cutoff wheel and just kind of notch that around real quick. May have been easier to do that from the beginning, but what I've done here is left this so I can bend the tab, and I'm just going to cut this off right here. Might not be a bad idea to wear gloves. I haven't cut myself yet, but this stuff is getting sharp, so gloves might not be a bad idea either. All right then, so to address going around the corner and making a 90-degree bend with this thing, what I did was kind of cut this up. I ended up using my cutoff tool and then left a 1-inch lip on each side so that it could fit together. And I'm gonna drill a few holes and rivet this together and also put a little bit of silicone in there. So I'll show you the process real quick. So I'm gonna take my tabs and make sure that I put them underneath. As you can see how I have that assembled there. Tab underneath here, tab underneath there. And next what I'm gonna do is go ahead and drill some holes for some rivets to go in. I'm just gonna put one right here, and then maybe one here and one here, just to kind of hold everything together. This may be a little overkill, but I'm going to put a little bit of sealant right in here, just to kind of seal things up and try to keep water from getting down into my wire area here. The rest of these are kind of facing downward, so I don't think any water is going to wick its way down in there. I'm going to take my rivet and pop that in. And there we have it. Nice 90-degree joint. Okay, so for here, I'm just going to do the same thing I did before. I've pre-drilled some holes in my sheet metal here. I'm going to mark those holes on the wall. I didn't put any up here because I have some bolts right here holding this in, and I'm going to tuck this right underneath that. I may have to loosen these a little bit just to get a little space. So I'm going to go ahead and do that actually, so that I can slide this underneath here, because I don't think that's going to slide underneath with them tightened down. The other thing I need to account for is my drain hose. Okay, gone ahead and made a hole in the bottom for the drain tube to fit through. And now I'm going to go ahead and line up my holes. And I'm going to take my level. Make sure we've got this level here. And we've got our hammer and punch again. And we're going to drill our holes. Now we're going to place our wall anchors. This time we're going to put our drain tube through the hole, or through the hole here that we've made. Now we're going to install our screws. Now we just have one more 5-foot section to go. All right, then, this is what you've got when you're all done. You can see this looks pretty good. Not too bad at all. One of the last things you want to do here is make sure you close this up somehow, either with a little spray foam or fashion yourself a cap. This kit did come with another cap, so I think what I'm going to do is maybe notch it out to where that's going to just kind of sit out of the corner like that, and then put the cap over it, and then add a little bit of spray foam, I think. But you don't want to leave that open because frogs, lizards, mice, rats, who knows, will make a nest up in there, and it will be difficult to get to and clean out. But that is it, guys. If you made it this far and watched the whole series, I thank you very much for watching. And make sure you check out the rest of my channel, guys. Hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you. Everyone, if you enjoyed today's video, I would invite you to go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below right there on the right-hand corner. And if you felt that the products in today's video is something you might like to own yourself, there's a product link right up there to the right, upper right-hand corner, or down in the description will be a product link for you to purchase the product as well. Thank you very much for watching, YouTube.